some bread, some cheese. I don't think they have butter, but that's okay. Some orange juice, nice stuff. Actually, here they do have some butter, but okay. Here we have some eggs, sausage, and pancakes. Nice stuff.
Maybe you see.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Male and female, they have male. Both are female, young male. Baba, nilikuona getini juzi. Naenda Kiloki. Hapa naendaje? Hivi lakini tunamshukuru Mungu. Mapambano tunamshukuru Mungu. Pambana sana, wekeza, fanya nini, saidia vijana wako. Sasa hivi ni muda wenu wa kufanya kazi. Flowers. Really morning breakfast.
A leopard. Impalas.
Beautiful. Araba, kila bado naendesha ndo naelekea. Kwa namba ya nani ya Mr. Yanga
Alright, so now we are at another hotel. We've been driving across the Tarangire National Park in Tanzania, and we have a lovely view here over the lake. And yeah, the sun is starting to set. It's about 6 p.m. local time. And yeah, got a little pool here as well. The room is really nice. And yeah, we saw some great, cool animals today. We saw our first predators, like real predators, like lion. We saw a lion and a leopard, which was really cool. Hopefully we'll get to see more of those later on. So yeah, man. Apparently there are hippos in this lake, but hopefully we won't have to deal with any of those. You know, traversing across these this shrubland up towards our hotel room, that wouldn't be too nice, because then, I mean, they are like the most aggressive and deadly animal in Africa. You know, maybe bar the mosquitoes, but like real animals, you know. So yeah, we're gonna have dinner in a little while, and tomorrow it is time to go to the Serengeti National Park, which is like I would say the big kind of the highlight of the trip, in my opinion, alongside the Ngorongoro National or conservation area. So yeah, like those two are infamous for really high density and megafauna. So yeah, man, looking forward to that. Okay, that's it, man. Let's yeah, I'll catch you later.
Tunt bröd. Och de kallar en vad ska vi ta?
Hemresa.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome to another day of NoFap. I'm currently in Tanzania on a safari trip with my father, and this is the kind of view. It's completely dark. It's still morning time. You can see the sun rising over there. But yeah, it's about five. I want to say like 5:50, 6 a.m. And we're going up to have breakfast right now, and then hop in the car with our guide, and then drive to the Serengeti National Park from our hotel. So that'll be really fun. And the Serengeti National Park is kind of like the biggest, most notorious national park of Africa, potentially even of the world in some sense, for sure, in terms of safaris. Serengeti is probably the most kind of famous one, or maybe the Kruger in South Africa is also one of the famous ones. But yeah, we're going there. It'll be super fun. And we're going to have some breakfast beforehand. We'll see exactly what we'll have, but hopefully some nice stuff. And yeah, we just kind of packed our stuff so that we can leave straight after we have breakfast. Because it's like, when you want to view animals, you generally want to be up quite early because the animals are, So yeah, I'm really liking how it feels just standing outside in the dark like this, like at dawn in another part of the world. It's nice. I like the feeling. But okay, it's that's the plan. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, in terms of NoFap, it's like I make these updates, but it's like it's very hard for me to imagine myself jacking off. I don't feel like jacking off ever. So, but I guess it's part of the duty as a NoFap YouTuber. So yeah, no jacking off. Yeah, I've had some like sexual urges and stuff, and like when I woke up, I had a fucking morning titanium, but I don't see that as anything negative. I just see that as a symptom of health and youth and virility and testosterone. So yeah, I like it. So yeah, man, that's it. I think I should probably get get back inside because there are monkeys around here, and they do frequently visit the hotel rooms or the villas of the hotel. Like, we live in a little villa that we've been assigned at this hotel. So I should probably get back inside and not risk getting attacked by monkeys or some shit in the dark without being able to see them. But yeah, that's how it is. Let's go have some breakfast and then hop in the car with our guide, like our big Jeep, and head to the Serengeti. Let's do it.
Let me take this one.
Yeah, that was an amazing meal. Fuck ton of eggs and shit. So yeah, let's go back to the room, pack our stuff, just the final touches, make sure we ain't forgot anything, then hop in the car. That's it. Pow.
Here and there, and zebras. It's amazing.
Everything.
Yeah, everything. Wonderful. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Nice meat.
Yeah. The big five is done. So all big five in a few
Couple
hours.
of hours.
Yeah.
Never stops. Never stops.
Yeah. Det är lugnt.
A little bit afraid of dolphins.
Var wifi är okej där?
Absolut.
Eller?
Nice McRoyce steak. Doesn't get much better than this. Alright, so now we are at the hotel in Serengeti. It's been a wonderful day. We've seen so many cool animals. We saw a rhino in the Serengeti National Park, which is insanely rare. Like, our guide was super, like, it was an insane spot of him to actually see the rhino, like, fucking a kilometer away. So, yeah, it's been an incredible day. Nice food, and it is time to go to bed. I will catch you tomorrow. See you. Pow. Det är lejon.
Va?
Det är lejon.
Nej.
Jo, det är det.
Lejon?
Ja.
Nej.
Jo, det är lejon.
Det är du?
Det är det. Alright, it is currently 5:26 a.m. We're gonna hop in the car and go on an early game drive in the Serengeti National Park. We just had some lions like outside of our fucking tent, meowing. It was quite disturbing, but quite cool as well. Like waking us up and stuff in the middle of the night. So yeah, I hadn't had much sleep, but it's all good. And we're gonna try to make our way from our tent to the main hotel area without getting murdered. So let's do it.
Let's see.
Beautiful. Yummy.
She wants to hide it. See. She wants to hide it here. She's going to hide the food.
are looking at us.
Yeah. This is a beautiful sight. Or if they wanna be cocky. Brothers.
I can play with you, I can touch you. Water from this valley, this is river.
No, that's why they're here, of course. Yeah.
Mufasa. Of course, they step aside. Wow.
But it's a little bit shallow. Yeah. You cannot.
All right, so it's about it's 6:12 p.m. right now, and we've had a lovely day on the savannah. Saw a bunch of cool animals. We witnessed the great migration of the wildebeests and the zebras. They travel, I would say, northeast towards the Kenyan border every single year and then back. So we've seen, like, I would estimate, like, dozens of thousands of the wildebeests, like maybe up to 100,000 in total, including the zebras and stuff. So that's been really cool. We've been at the hotel for a little while now, and I've just been like writing some rap lyrics. I like to do that, about what I'm doing right now in life. Maybe I'll release some of that stuff at some point. And then I've watched some educational videos about self improvement and business and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think I'll have a swim later on in the pool, and then at 7 in like 40, I guess 48 minutes or something, we'll have dinner, and then after that we're going back to the room and essentially going to bed because we're going to wake up early tomorrow as well. So that's pretty much the plan, man. In terms of NoFap, I'm not exactly sure what to say. Like, obviously, I don't fucking jack off anymore, so it's like I have to repeat myself every video, like, no jacking off. But it's genuinely like I don't ever consider jacking off. So I don't know, like, what else to say really, but that's what it feels like. I don't feel compelled to jack off at all. I feel compelled to have sex all the time, though. Yeah, I was in like the car today, and it's like, I'll tell you something. It's like when you're in the car, like with your guide and stuff on a safari. The cars that we have, they've got like a roof that you can kind of push up into the air so that you can stand up inside the car and look outside and get a better view of the savannah, essentially, and see more animals. And so I was sitting down, and then I wanted to stand up, but then I had like a rock hard fucking, I guess you could call it a morning titanium. Is like a morning? It's not a regular morning titanium or morning wood as people like to call it, because I'm not in bed, right? But yeah, I was like bricked up as shit in the car. It was really difficult to not think about some naughty stuff, if you get what I mean. But the thing was, I was like, I wanted to stand up and see like the fucking savannah and get a better look of it, but I couldn't really because my dick would like stick out of my fucking pants like crazy, and I didn't want to do that like in front of my father and the guide and stuff. So that was pretty interesting. I had to like manually meditate away from those kind of sexual thoughts to some normal thoughts and to be able to stand up. But so that's kind of the where I'm at right now in my NoFap journey. So, and it's honestly it's been like this for a while. So that's kind of it. But yeah, that's it. We'll have dinner soon, and I'll catch you there.
Man hör dem där nere.
No.
Just det, jag ska inte ta ett kort på dig.
All right, welcome to another day of NoFap. If you didn't know, I'm currently in Tanzania on a safari trip with my dad as a celebration, basically, that I've graduated high school. And I think we're on our 6th day here. We're going to be here 10 days. So 4 more days. Feeling good. Gonna have breakfast in, just like 5 minutes. We're going to have a security guard escort us from our room to the hotel because like they're wild animals and it's early in the morning now, so it's like 6 a.m. and they're out. So so it is because we lit like the hotel is in the national park, like the Serengeti National Park. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, woke up with a massive morning wood this morning. No problem though. Absolutely no desire to jack off, as I haven't had for a long time now. So it's just hop on these videos and say the same fucking thing. Like, yeah, I feel like having sex, guys, but I don't feel like jacking off. I haven't done it in a long time. So yeah, that's kind of how it is. But yeah, we're gonna yeah, it's just time to have breakfast now. Then we're gonna hop in the car with our guide and drive around the national park and hopefully see some cool animals. We've seen a bunch of cool stuff already. So yeah, that's it. Let's have some breakfast. Some potatoes and meatballs. Nice sunrise. Some tropical juice. Yeah, nice stuff.
It looks active.
Oh. Oh.
Åh, fint. Så rör jag.
He's getting ready.
Both are up. Vi tar honom vid det. Längst bort, jag ser det. Man, in that valley it's like dozens of giraffes over there.
You can see the tricep muscles on the shoulder on the lioness.
Ja, den här vet man inte.
All right, so we are back at the hotel. Actually, we've been back for like 6 hours and I've just kind of consumed educational content. Yeah, that's been pretty much it. Just relaxed a little bit, I guess you could say. Had some food as well, some lunch earlier on. And yeah, it's time to have dinner soon. And it's really interesting, like the Maasai kind of tribal people, they are like fucking burning or like scorching the ground, like lighting it on fire, like the grass and stuff, all over the national park, right? I think at least in this part of the national park. And I think there's some like positive ecological reason for it or something like that. Like it's gonna kill off like ticks and mosquitoes that annoy the animals or something like that. But it's pretty interesting because like now the entire like there, I don't know if it's visible like on the camera and stuff, but it's like there's so much smoke here and shit. You can barely see like the actual like the mountains on the other side of the valley and stuff. So very interesting. But yeah, that's how it is. And yeah, nice day for sure on the road today or in the national park. We saw a bunch of cool animals. We saw Mufasa, like a male lion. We saw some, we saw like 50 giraffes or something, like hundreds of thousands of wildebeests, it seemed like. So yeah, it's been a cool day for sure. So yeah, I'll catch you later, probably at dinner. Some bread, rice, and fish. Yeah, it's okay. Welcome to another day of NoFap. I'm currently on the savannah. I'm on a safari trip with my father. We have 3 days left here, so yeah, it's like 6 a.m. We're gonna hop in the car with our guide and go out onto the like actual savannah and stuff and see if we can find some cool animals and stuff. So yeah, man, I had a wet dream tonight, which is I would say relatively rare, but it's a bit weird. I think. Yeah, I think I'll discuss it more later because I'm in a bit of a hurry now. We gotta go, but yeah, that's the status quo. We're yeah, I think we're gonna be away for the majority of the day. Maybe come home at like 4 or 5 to another hotel. So we'll see. But yeah, that's it. I'll bring you along for the safari ride. Pow. This is the morning view. Pretty nice over the national park. Got some French toast right here. I don't think I'm eating a fuck ton of food for breakfast this morning. Yeah, probably just something small. Maybe something else after this.
This is good also to see.
Wow. They look like ants, you know?
I wonder how many they are. 100,000. Six, seven, one big guy all the way into the water behind them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There's a thick guy. Okay, so now we are at the other hotel in the central part of the Serengeti. So yeah, we're back at the hotel that we were at a few days ago, where we heard the lions meowing at like 3, 4 a.m. Waking us up. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's nice here, man. It's got a nice little view. The sun is setting. The Wi-Fi is good here, and yeah, we got a little telescope right here. I might have a look at some stuff in there. So yeah, feeling good. Gonna have a dinner, I guess, in like 1 hour or something. And prior to this, I also had a the second accountability call with my NoFap accountability group. Only one guy joined, so hopefully more guys will join later on. So that's kind of how it is right now. Tomorrow we're gonna go to the Ngorongoro crater, which is like the area in the world with the highest density of megafauna. So like there are so many big animals in one place essentially, which will be really cool to see. So yeah, that's it. Let's yeah, I'll catch you at dinner. Fuck. Why am I fumbling my words, bro? Let's catch you at dinner, or I'll catch you at dinner, whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the way over there as well.
Oh my god. Oh, they're chasing something.
Yeah, there's
Look. Oh my god. Look. It's like, what's going on here?
descending into the crater.
Aha. I'll do so. But I mean, then in Serengeti, because we had George, we were lucky to see one.
3 more rhinos, bro. 6 rhinos in total. All right, so we have finally arrived at the final hotel that we will be at during this trip. We will start our trip back to Sweden tomorrow. I think our flight departs at around 9 p.m. So, yeah, I'll just be on the fucking airplane all night. We'll get to Amsterdam in the morning and probably get home around noon tomorrow. Maybe slightly earlier, we'll see. But yeah, man, it's been a really fun trip for sure. We've seen like a lot of cool animals that I've wanted to see since my very like early childhood and stuff. We've seen all the big five. We've seen 6 rhinos, which is really rare. One of which in the Serengeti National Park, which is exceptionally rare. The Serengeti is basically the biggest and the most kind of famous national park of Tanzania, and the wildlife there, as you've probably have seen in like in the footage that I've captured and stuff. Either if I make all these days into one, or if I chop them up, we'll see. But yeah, like we have witnessed the great migration of the wildebeest, for example, like hundreds of thousands of wildebeests we've seen minimum. And yeah, it's been really cool, man. We've seen tons of lions. For example, we saw a pride of lions just this morning leaving the hotel. Yeah, it's been really cool for sure. But I am definitely looking forward to going back home and getting back on the usual grind schedule. I have some new stuff that I am planning on implementing in my accountability group. I do like NoFap coaching essentially, and there is one tool slash method that I want to try out that I'll talk more about. it's basically having a NoFap hotline. So up until this point, like these like 5 6 months, whatever, that I've coached the guys in the group, we have had daily accountability calls, and the results have been good. I mean, pretty good. I think the overall reduction in fapping has been around 90%, maybe 95%, which is good. Don't get me wrong, right? From doing it, call it 20 times a month, or let's say 10 times a month, some guys more, some guys less, to once a month, something like that, right? For some guys less, for some guys slightly more, but nobody's at like a crazy bad level still. So yeah, that's an okay level if you were an average piece of shit. Man, I want to get more hardcore in these videos. I want to say more gay this, pussy that, fuck you little bitch this, you know. But yeah, it's for my standards, for my students, I'm definitely not comfortable with that. I would not be able to be proud as a coach saying that, look, my students have reduced their jacking off by 90%. That's a bitch level, right? I want to go to 100%. You know, I I like the reason that I've continued doing free coaching for, I would say, a pretty long time in comparison to most people that get into the self improvement coaching space is that I want to have legit proof that I'm good at what I'm doing before I start charging anything, which I think is a very sound principle. Which I think, my 2 cents, I don't know a lot about business yet, but I do think that people in general would do better in business if they get proof that they're good first before they start selling. Or it's a continuum. Like, how good is your proof? I think if people got better proof, I think that would disproportionately help them. I do think what I'm doing is worth the time for sure. Because if I sucked as a coach and I had people paying me money for that, then I would be paying with my reputation because my shit wouldn't be good, right? Why would I want to deliver a shit service to somebody who's paying me? Why would I not want to have them get my service for free if it is shit, right? Which it will be in the beginning, because then there's less, they're giving up less is on the line, right? It's all good. And if I can prove that I can help people for free, where like the incentive is lower for both parties, like if I get paid and they pay money, we will both be, or at least in my view, be more motivated to achieve the outcome. Like if you pay money, I do think there's a higher likelihood in general that you'll take the actions that are required to get the value that you paid for. So you will join the calls, you will go to the gym, whatever. If you're in a fitness coaching program, for example, you will do the cold approaches. If you're a dating coaching guy, whatever, you're in one of those programs. And then from my side, if I got paid, I would certainly be more motivated. I don't think there's any reason why I wouldn't be, right? I try my absolute best to still deliver a great service for free. But the principle that I kind of wanted to build everything on was that if I can help people for free, I can certainly help people for paid, for money, right? So that's kind of what I'm doing. But yeah, so I think one of the strongest, like one of the behaviors that has the strongest correlation with not jacking off, in my opinion, is speaking with other people, especially like friends and stuff, or I think like other people in general. Like if you speak with your friend, for example, how likely are you to start jacking off? Probably very low. Like the probability would probably be very low, right? So why can't I just have that the guys in my group, when they feel like the likelihood that they jack off is high, they're feeling horny, whatever, they just hop in a Google Meet that I'm on 24/7, essentially, when I'm not asleep, right? Maybe I'll even add something that will like alarm me to wake up if a motherfucker joins the thing. Maybe I will have them call me on WhatsApp, for example, and I'll hear that and wake up. Because like this is what I got to do, man. I'm willing to sacrifice a lot to succeed in the NoFap industry. I want to change it completely and revolutionize it and stuff. So yeah, it's what it takes, man. We'll see. The initial reason why I didn't want to have this when I first started this thing was that I didn't want to teach people to change their behavior when they got urges, which I still kind of stand by. I don't think it's a great idea to give power to your urges, you know? So in a way, if this does succeed, I am in a way teaching people, I'm reinforcing them for changing their behavior when they get strong urges. Which, to be fair, it is way better that you call someone, in my opinion, than jack off if the goal is to not jack off, right? But still, the ideal scenario would be that you get urges, you change nothing about what you do, or you change your behavior positively, right? Um, Now, usually people change their behavior negatively. They start checking off, right? Watching porno shit. So, but yeah, either way, I want to try this because I also think there's significant signs that backing that if you have an addiction, which I think the scientific definition for is a progressive narrowing of the things that bring you joy. So if there's only one thing that gives you a lot of joy, let's say it's fapping. If you do that a lot, let's say you have a fapping addiction, and then you don't do it for, let's say, 3 months or a year, as I've been able to stay off that shit for, the reinforcement cycles haven't occurred in a long time. And so I think you'll be less likely to do it because I'll tell you from my perspective, I haven't jacked off in over a year, over 400 days. I don't even know what the fuck, what exact day this video is on, whatever. But I think I'm confident that it's over 400. And I do not ever feel like jacking off. I feel like fucking. Yeah. Do I feel like grabbing my huge wiener or my bratwurst, my fucking, what's the biggest sausage in the world? What's the biggest hot dog? Something. And doing this shit, right? I do not feel like doing that. So is that because I have some superpower? Maybe. I don't know. Or is it that I just haven't done it in a while and I haven't been reinforced for the behavior in a while? I don't know. Because with things like video games, I used to play video games a lot in the past and like scrolling and eating candy, shit like that. But I haven't done that stuff a lot in a long time. I have done it a little bit over the past few years, but not a lot at all. Like when I was younger, I used to play Overwatch for hours a day and shit. But it's like it doesn't really require willpower for me, and it's not something that I think about. It's nothing something that takes time or energy from me. So I don't know. I want to try it out. You know, if the people that use this method or the service that I provide of a NoFap hotline, if the result is that when they graduate the program, or when they kind of spread their wings and go off on their own, right? If they do end up falling back immediately, and essentially when they don't have somebody to call, they start jacking off again, whatever. If that happens, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. But I want to try it out for sure because I think it can be super, super powerful. Like if you purely ask the question, if you only could do one thing to help somebody to stop jacking off, if you wanted to decrease the likelihood that they do it as much as humanly possible, I think something like this would be the answer. Sure, you could have something like be around them 24/7 and physically control their hands, right? You know, hypothetically, but probably not practically. And so I think something like this would be a close approximation to that. It's essentially that when they feel like they are about to jack off, they feel really urged up. They just hop on the call, and I will make sure to reward them as much as I possibly can for joining as quickly as possible, being like, "Fuck yeah, man! Awesome that you joined. Feel no shame for your urges, whatever. This is completely normal. Let's just relax a little bit because I want to make it a comfortable space to be in the call, so that people like feel good about doing that when they have a lot of urges in the heat of the moment, so that it's actually likely that they'll join. I don't just want to like have people join the call and be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Who cares about your fucking urges? Be a man and do your fucking shit, right?" Even though I believe that to a great extent. I want to reward people for joining the calls, for calling me, whatever, when they get urges. So this is kind of like the next big thing that I want to try out. And I think if people actually just hop in the call or call me, I'm not exactly sure how I'll technically set it up, but if people actually take the action, I'm feeling very optimistic Because the idea would be that we sit there for however long it takes for the urge to kind of cool down a little bit, and if it does come back, they join again, right? Now, I do think one specific scenario could be slightly problematic for this, which is when people go to sleep. Like if you wake up in the middle of the night, or let's say you have troubles falling asleep at night, you feel really horny. Is it very practical to join a call at that point? I think it for sure could be done. Will people do it? That's another question. We'll have to see. Because like okay, you get blue light and shit like that, and maybe it'll disrupt your sleep a little bit. But I do think it will be worth it for the guys. And still, you can circumvent that. You can bring all the light down on your phone, and you can not even like. Okay, I think showing your face on camera is better than not in like an accountability call. And you could, for example, turn on the red color filter. Like you can go to settings, accessibility, color filters, and then the color tint option. Then you click enable, and your screen will turn red. You bring the intensity all the way up on the little toggle thing, the bar, and you can avoid a lot of the blue light. So yeah, I'm feeling optimistic. It's just that I have to get everybody to actually join when they are close to jacking off, right? And I have no school left. I graduated high school like 2 weeks ago or something. So I have a lot of time at my disposal. I will be able to live at home, no problem, without having to pay for anything like that. I'm very confident about that for about 2 months. Then after that, I think my parents would want me to either pay them a little bit, whatever, or like preferably get a job, because I'm not going to uni or any bullshit like that. So we'll see. But of these, let's say until August or through August, whatever, I'm I'm very much looking forward to trying this new method out with my group, and I think if we can just actually get people to join, I think it has the potential to do a lot. And it's also a very, I would say, valuable solution for the customer. Because if you think about it from a value equation perspective, like Alex Ramose's framework, the speed, or rather the dream outcome, the thing that they want to get, is to stop jacking off, right? And then the other three variables that dictate essentially how valuable the offer is or the solution is, according to this theory at least, the risk associated with whether or not the thing will actually occur if you do the solution, or if you take the offer. So if I tell you, like if there's a, I think even in his book, like Hormozy's book, when he talks about this stuff, one of the primary examples is like, if you have liposuction, that you have a fitness, like weight loss ebook, those things promise the same thing. You're going to lose weight, but the other one, like the PDF, you can sell for $5, and the liposuction, like when people do surgeries and like fucking suck their fat out and shit. Like lipo means fat, and then suction, I guess, is like sucking it out, like physically removing it freakishly. I'm not sure how that shit even works, but yeah, it does. That shit costs like 50 grand, $50,000, right? And how can you do that? Well, the outcome is the same, but the other three variables are different. So the first one is risk. So how likely is it that if you take this offer, your dream outcome is going to occur, right? If you get liposuction, it is guaranteed, right? Unless the fucking hospital, whatever, the fucking the surgical center blows up randomly, right? It's virtually guaranteed. With an ebook, not so much, right? If you read an ebook about how to lose weight, it is not guaranteed that you're actually going to lose weight. Obviously, it's a scale, it's a spectrum, it's a continuum, not a binary. But the likelihood, or the perceived likelihood, that you are going to lose the weight will be lower with the ebook, right? And then there's a risk, there's a speed as well. How quickly are you going to get the outcome? With liposuction, it is virtually immediate. You fall asleep and you wake up thin. That's it, right? That's it. With a PDF, an ebook, you still have to do the work for however many months or years it takes to lose the weight, right? So that's how it is. And then the third variable is effort and sacrifice. So what do they have to start doing as a result of this, of taking the offer that they don't want to do, effort, and then the other side of that coin, sacrifice. What are they gonna have to stop doing that they do want to do? So they might have to stop eating shit. They might have to start working out. They might have to wake up early before work to do that shit. They might have to put in more effort, right? And so it's these three variables. Like if we think about my solution, like the NoFap hotline, through these filters, from a risk perspective, from a perceived likelihood of achievement perspective, I think if okay, like I still got to try it out with the boys, right? If it works, but if it works, which I do think there's a high likelihood that it will be pretty. Yeah, I think there's a high likelihood that the likelihood that if you get the NoFap hotline, you will stop jacking off is high, right? If you actually join the calls, I think it will be really unlikely that you will jack off on the call, right? If you just join before you jack off when you're urged up, and keep your fucking camera on like a man, no face, no case. That's the rule we have. If you just do that, like you will not jack off in front of me or any of the other guys on the call, right? Hopefully, or your friend, for example. If you do this with your friend, whatever, if you on an online friend, it could be even for sure, right? And then there's a speed. So how quickly? Well, I don't see how if somebody joins the group and they actually join the hotline, like they actually hop on the hotline, which sounds weird, but they actually hop on the hotline every time they get urges. I do not see how that would take a lot of time to be effective, right? I think the result would be quite immediate. We'll see, but that's my hypothesis. And then from a effort and sacrifice perspective, the only thing they have to do is that when they get urges, so no set accountability calls, whatever. To be fair, we might have that, but like the only thing they have to do is that when they get urges, which might be once a day, let's say strong urges, like you feel compelled to jack off, you're close to jacking off, you're starting to go into the toilet, whatever. Um, let's say that's once a day or a few times a week, really strong urges where you're about to jack off. If you just join, which might take 30 seconds and a few clicks of a button, right? That might be it. And then when you join, you get rewarded immediately. You get kudos. You get you get praised. You get like nobody's laughing at you because you're essentially showing weakness that you're about to jack off, whatever. I think it has the potential to check all these boxes really well. The only potential downside would be that maybe it doesn't really teach people to resist urges by themselves, and I get that, but I think we'll get to that later. So this is what I'm planning right now, and I'm looking forward to implementing this new kind of structure into my coaching program. When I come home on Saturday, because I won't really be able to take calls when I'm here, because I don't really have Wi-Fi all the time and shit like that, and tomorrow I'll be on the phone, on an airplane and shit, and I'll be traveling on the airport, so I won't really be able to do that stuff then. But when I get home to Sweden, to Stockholm, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that, and yeah, I will be willing to sacrifice a lot to make sure to become the best in the world at helping my specific avatar, like guys between call it 15 and 22, that want to build muscle in the gym, that want to build a business online, that are ambitious young guys. They know about terms like self-improvement and things like that. They feel like they don't really fit in with most people and so on, and they also want to stop jacking off. Those are kind of the people that I want to help the most. If I could serve the whole world, I would, right? And hope maybe I will in the future. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But yeah, I want to become the best in the world at helping those guys, which is why I've taken an hour plus, sometimes 2-3 hours a day of calls, for the last 6 months, just speaking to my avatar and holding guys accountable and making good progress with them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what the future holds. And yeah, dude, it's been a nice trip, and I feel reinvigorated to go even harder on the grind when I come home, continue my bulk. My plan with my bulk is that I'll bulk up until like, yeah, probably like March or something next year, and then cut down to summer. That's my plan for now. So about 9 more months of bulking. I'm currently at about 87, 88 kg, which I've plateaued at for like a couple of months, I think. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I've been slightly inconsistent with the gym or with my diet and sleep and stuff, but yeah, I'm looking forward to getting up to 90 plus kg, maybe pushing 95. I'm 6 foot tall, so I'm relatively puffy. I don't know if it's like, let me do this. So, like, my stomach is like this right now. You know, this lighting is maybe not the best, but I think my, I don't know if you can do this shit, but you know, like that. So I don't. So I would say I'm maybe like 20% body fat right now. I'm not even sure. Maybe I'm more than that. I don't think I'm a lot less than that, but I'm quite puffy. And I think, yeah, if I'm at like 92 kg, 25% body fat in March next year, I'll be very happy, or 93, whatever, something like that. And then cutting down to like 80, 82, 83, something like that. I would very much, I think that would be good. So yeah, that's kind of my plan for the foreseeable future this year and stuff. And yeah, dude, just keep making these videos, keep making better videos when my focus shifts more from like just getting the guys in my group to get like when I have some great success stories and case studies, testimonials, whatever word you want to put around it. I'm looking forward to making more content and better content, more educational content that actually gets people to stop jacking off. Hopefully these vlogs inspire some people and get them to change what they do to some extent. People that want to stop jacking off and so on. But I want to make better videos than these. These are just kind of off the cuff, rants, whatever you want to call them. But I want to make more planned, prepared, structured, higher value per second videos later this year. So hopefully we'll do that. But yeah, man, in a little while, man, yeah, soon I'll have the, what the fuck's the time even? I might even have just I've been recording for like 25 minutes now, so maybe I got up on, I'm not even sure what the time is, but my call, my first call of the day with my boys starts at 5 p.m. local time, and I think it's about 5 p.m. so I got to hop off. But yeah, at 7 I'll have dinner, so I'll catch you there probably. So see you.
Helt... Och vet du vad, om du gillar det så får du min också. Måste fan...
Eggs, pancakes, French toast, sausage. Nice, man. All right, so it is our final day here in Tanzania. We're going from the hotel in about 15 minutes, I think. We're going to have some lunch and then hop in the car with our guide and drive to the airport. Or we're going to be driven by our guide that we've had for the last 10 days here, or 9 days or something, to the airport. And yeah, hopefully we will be back in Sweden if everything goes smoothly in about 24 hours. Or maybe a little bit more than that. Yeah, we're gonna check out in like 15 minutes or something like that. So yeah, man, I'm feeling good. This trip has been really nice, but I'm excited to come back home and get on the normal grind routine and stuff. So yeah, had some nice breakfast and it's getting time to have some lunch soon. And yeah, this little adventure is coming to an end, but it's been well worth it, and I for sure feel invigorated to get back on the grind and stuff. So yeah, I'll catch you at lunch.
Det är viktigt.
Perfecto. First meal back in Sweden. Some steak, potatoes, and yeah, more potatoes. Nice. Homemade pizza as well. Nice.